12, 13, and 14.
I was amazed.
This is a new string.
No, it had receded not long before that. It was wet. It was wet
12, 13, and 14.
We'll try to get floated down the day before. Well, yesterday
Cool.
we ended up pulling there was no Myanmar.
First time we've had 3 here in a while. I know they started off having 3 and then it dropped down to 2.
Is that the most you've ever seen, Jeff? Is 3?
I think so.
Okay, yeah, I don't remember ever seeing more.
It was open and they dropped the lift off down there.
You want to hold it?
This is probably a boy.
Oh, wow. 2 months old. That is crazy.
And then middle of September, they'll be in South America.
You said you had video.
Go down to Florida and just jump off and fly across the water to South America. That's crazy.
What a life.
It's hard to know where to go.
What's crazy is they know how to get back.
Yep.
Right.
That's crazy.
After some years.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
I think a lot of I think they do landmarks and then kind of metal magnet. I think they've done stuff with homing pigeons, and they can kind of use the pull of the sun and the earth, and that kind of helps them do north-south. But that doesn't, like the magnetic pull in north-south doesn't help a lot with east-west.
Right. That's true.
You would just think they would get blown off course.
Well, I think they really depend on that jet stream getting there.
Right. Right. With most birds when they're migrating, the wind, like if it's a south wind, they're not migrating south. They'll wait till the wind shifts or no wind. But we've had a couple birds in Columbus we caught at the nest and put satellites on. And they both went to the same spot on the Amazon River 2 winters in a row.
Wow.
From Columbus to the Amazon. And they were both kind of in the same 4 or 5 square miles. And then back to Columbus. And then we had enough battery, they did it twice. And they went about the same way, same way.
Birds are like that too.
Yep. And they've even done stuff now when the weather's good. These guys will fly all night.
Wow.
If it's good, like calm or
Yeah.
a north wind when they're going south, they'll even fly at night. Which until they started putting radios on, I don't think they knew that.
Time we got back to final full kickoff. Just to give you the heads up.
Jeff, what's the number that you're putting on there? How do you read that? Or
Right, it's just basically a social security number. It doesn't really say anything about where or species or anything. It's just a social security number. So 928. The only thing the number tells you, so there's a prefix and a suffix. There's 4 digits, a dash, and 5 digits. The last digit in the first set, that tells you what size the band is. So this is an 8. Osprey take a size 8. That's the only thing it tells you. The rest of it's just like your social security number doesn't really tell you a whole lot about yourself. It's just a number.
Somebody can. They got your social security number.
So why don't you tag it to let them know that deliberately from this state? State tag on it or something like that?
No, so then I send all my information to Laurel, Maryland. So all the bird banders in the U.S., all our data goes to one place. And then if this thing gets electrocuted in Kansas in 10 years, then they'll notify me. So all the stuff goes to one spot, and then somebody finds it or photographs it or something, and then they contact the bander. Yep.
Well, have you ever been contacted?
Right, I need to print it out. So the ospreys I've banded here, I think I've got 4 recoveries. I've got one that I banded, and then that middle of September, same year, it was in northern South America. And I think Ecuador, I'll look it up on my phone later. Those top, just in the northern part of South America. And I had one from Georgia that was like 2 or 3 years old. And then I had a couple, like central part of Ohio, that were a couple years old.
Well, these guys hang out like in a warm climate during the year, like Florida.
Well, right. So generally, the adults, the birds that are nesting, they go back and forth to South America every year.
Yeah, but I meant
The chicks don't. The chicks stay down there for like 2 or 3 years.
Oh yeah. Right.
So these chicks will go to South America, and then they won't come back to the Midwest until like 2025.
What about these that you might see in Florida? I mean, do they stay
Right.
in
So
Florida?
most all osprey are pretty
That one is
migratory.
feisty. It's
The
my
ones
spirit
in-
animal.
The ones in Florida, a lot of those are year-round residents, right?
Yeah.
But most all the other osprey migrate.
Right.
You know, because they're all the way, they're into, you know, southern and central Canada and Minnesota, and all those birds migrate.
I know that's probably not the ideal situation, but it's pretty fantastic to see those wings like that.
Delicious wings.
They, in the nest, a lot of times too, they wear their feet down to where they get dark. See those little dark spots? When they're little, they're kind of hawk sitting and on their haunches a lot. This is definitely a boy.
Real loose on
That's yourself.
That's always a fun game.
Right.
Well, no.
You want to get up here?
Did you ever play the
Found the-
what are they gonna eat game when we were at Sneakers? But that's a club. She's a club sandwich. He's a Philly cheesesteak on the side of the steak.
Silly.
Not
really
That was a fun game too. They were.
And there's been a lot of osprey banded over the last 50, 60 years. So in general, the females disperse farther. So there's a lot, like, so if one of these birds from this nest is found nesting in like central Wisconsin or central Minnesota, it's probably a female. Generally in osprey, the females disperse farther from the nest. And the males, like most of the males will probably be kind of back in the Midwest or Indiana, Kentucky. In general, the females disperse farther. That kind of helps keep the team cool. Mixed. Feel his actual toe, like in there. Feel that's real rough for hanging onto the fish. You know. And then this claw can kind of go forward or back. Like most all hawks have 3 forward and 1 back. And an osprey, this one can go forward or back.
Jeff, I think this little girl got the whole one.
You want to hold one? Well, I'll help you hold it. I'm not
Can
gonna
I just get right here? I just want to take a picture.
let you hold the whole thing.
Yeah.
You get bit. That's no fun getting
Oh
bit.
my gosh, that is so gorgeous. You see that? That is beautiful.
You can see the way the band fits. It's a little loose.
How cool is it?
We'll see if the next one's a female.
It's like buying your kids' shoes. You buy them a little loose because you know they don't outgrow them.
And sometimes even when they're little, so definitely on the adults, the male is pretty clean, like his chest is really clean, and generally the females kind of have a belly band. See, he's pretty clean too. It's not as noticeable when they're chicks, but
Yeah, they're cool.
That is so cool. Is it soft? She's like, yeah. Aw. Did you say thank you? Thank you.
You want to do it?
one more.
Cold, like it was like this. I was driving home and I had to